Hello and welcome to the BattleFan podcast, episode number 20. My name is Paul and I'm here live with Jerry. What's up, Jerry?
Oh, nothing. Just recording the 20th episode of our podcast.
20. We made it to 20 episodes. Congratulations, Jerry.
Congratulations. Do a handshake here.
There you go.
Yeah, we don't touch each other right now.
Okay. Aren't you kids sick right now?
I guess.
You got flu going around?
Everybody's got the flu.
Yeah.
We all got it.
Anyway, we're here to talk about the BattleHawks, right? So let's talk about it. We had a game yesterday. It was Leap Day, February 29th.
So did it count?
You only get those every 4 years. No, it still counts.
Okay, good.
Maybe it'll count for the next 4 years, actually. I'm not sure how the whole Leap Day thing works.
Either.
But today's March 1st, and we're talking about it. I guess there's the Texas Showdown is going on right now as we speak. But who cares about that?
Yeah.
We care about the BattleHawks and how we got a victory over the Seattle Dragons. It was 23-16 in the end. Did you notice that score? Did that ring any bells, that score?
23-16?
Yeah.
That's Super Bowl? When the Rams beat the Titans?
Yep. Super Bowl 34, the exact same score.
Never forget.
Never forget. Yeah, that Super Bowl trophy that they have in L.A., I think that really belongs here.
Yeah. That should stay in the dome.
I think so. But either way, that's the past. We're in we want to talk about just one day in the past. The game that was yesterday. I made it to the game. Jerry, you watched it on TV, so we kind of got different perspectives on on that game. I noticed when I was there, the energy was different. It wasn't the same energy initially. Like you had that buzz on that first game that, like the anticipation, the football being back. It kind of felt like, we've been here before. Like it just felt kind of normal. You didn't have that same angst that we did.
That's what I was wondering. I was wondering if it was going to be the same, more, less.
Yeah, it was definitely less energy, at least initially speaking. They did, when they introduced the players, they introduced the offense this time. The first game, they introduced the defense individually.
I missed the entrances last time.
Yeah, but they actually shut down all the lights, and that got people kind of psyched up. They didn't do that the first week. So I think they should continue doing that. And I think people know the offensive players' names a little better, so I think as they were introduced, they got a little more, crowd reaction from that. So that was cool to see. Did that a little bit different. One thing that kind of stood out right away, looking around, I think the attendance numbers were about 2,000 less than the first week. And I think those 2,000 people were all right in the center at the 50-yard line behind the visitors' bench. That's where there was a big gap right in that one spot. It's interesting. I'm thinking that's because I think they priced those tickets incorrecly.
Those seats are not cheap.
No, they're not at all. And I think
so. Probably people bought them for the opener, the home opener.
Yeah.
But maybe not the rest of the games, unless they bring those prices down.
Yeah, I think they need to bring those prices down. I think people who want to go to a BattleHawks game, this isn't the elite of the elite kind of league. This is just for regular folks just want to go to a game.
They're close to $100.
Yeah, they're pretty high. Yeah.
After fees, definitely over $100.
Yeah. On the BattleHawk side, it's fine. Like there's enough people that want to be behind them. But on the visitor side, maybe they were just expecting traveling fans, but a lot of the other fan bases are too far away. New York's pretty far. Everything's pretty far. Maybe Houston's the only thing that's decently close, and we won't be playing either the Texas teams. We already played both of them, and it was in their stadiums. So I noticed actually there was some Dragons fans there. Not a lot, but I did. It was enough that I could notice it, and wasn't like the same person. Like I probably saw, I don't know, definitely a handful of Dragon shirts there.
That's interesting.
Not enough that like when they scored that you could hear them or anything like that, but they were there. They do travel at least a little bit, so good for you, Seattle. You got at least some traveling fans. I'm curious. I guess we got road trip coming up if we travel there to other places.
I'm going to New York next week, and unfortunately, there are no games in New York going on. I was hoping, even if the Guardians were playing at home, like that'd be kind of cool. But
yeah, even if it was two different teams, just two XFL teams, just wear your BattleHawk shirt.
Yeah, We are going to see the Blues though. The Blues are playing in New Jersey.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, the first week didn't see a single Guardians jersey or Guardians.
I thought we talked about.
I saw it on social media,
Oh,
but
okay.
I didn't see it in the flesh,
in
person, like that. So, but the energy it was a different energy because the game was closer.
Yeah.
So the first week it was kind of a blowout, so there wasn't that. There was the energy just for football and just for the city. This week there was energy. It was football energy because the game kind of got close at the end. Especially, I'll kind of skip ahead to the very end of the game where Will Hill had that interception. Like that was the loudest moment of the game.
Really, because I thought like in the second half, at least on TV, it just seemed like it wasn't that loud. Like the parts where it should have been loud, because I was thinking to myself, like, oh man, when I was there, like on a third down, or even I was trying to think what exact play it was. Maybe it just didn't pick it. They didn't pick it up.
Yeah, there
on
was
TV.
A couple times where we should have probably been louder than we were. So.
And it might have been the second half. I'm not sure because there wasn't a lot of offensive action in the second half.
Yeah, not too much. Well, I think it was the first because we were up by quite a bit at that point, and then they started to come back. They started to creep back and get those 2 touchdowns. So toward the very end where, it's only a 1-score game at this point. And, when we got the interception, like the place went nuts at that point.
Yeah.
And it was definitely a different energy than the first week when that happened. One of the interesting things that happened was number 64, his name is Michael Miller. Nobody knows who he is. But several times during the game, if he has the number 64, and so if he's lined up in the not on the line, he has to report as eligible. Mm-hmm. And so several times during the game, the ref would say, number 64 is reporting as eligible. And the crowd just started making this thing where we just started chanting 64. It was like, all right, ladies, number 64 is available.
Oh, that's
it was like,
funny.
64. So it just became like a goofy thing. The crowd started cheering.
I think that's kind of one of the things that I don't know about NFL fan bases around the league, but I've noticed like the fans seem to be having more fun, making more fun, not making fun of, but just doing absurd things. And I don't know if it's because that's a thing now, like, hey, if we do something absurd, we'll get on social media to go viral, or if that's just the nature of XFL fans versus NFL fans.
Probably a combination.
But I feel like that's like your future. I mean, it sounds bad, but like people just want to go out and just be goofy, and try to be viral, try to be, get on TV or on the internet.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of that going on. Yeah, but it's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of, like we're not taking it too serious. You were talking about that article that in the Post-Dispatch where, what did it say?
I don't know. I don't want to quote it. but something about we don't know how long it's going to be here for, but while it's here, we're going to have a good time.
Yeah, and we're definitely doing that. Yeah, so the 64 chance, I hope that continues because I think he lines up as a fullback, so he has to report every time where they're in that formation. So it probably happens 6 or 7 times during a game. So I feel like that's just going to be a thing where the fans get excited. Oh, we're in that formation where 64 is lined up.
You could hear the split BattleHawks chant on TV.
Oh, could you?
Yeah. That's so cool. It was. Yeah. I mean, it's cooler definitely when you're in the dome, but it moved to TV very well because you can hear like maybe left and right. I don't know what mics were picking up. But you could tell like it came from different parts of the stadium.
That's really cool. Yeah, it was a cool atmosphere there. Some of the other things I noticed that when the players arrived, remember the first week they were all wearing Blues gear?
Yeah.
I think those same guys, they were all wearing Cardinals gear.
Cardinals, I noticed that.
Yeah. And this is something Coach Hayes talked about in his post-game press conference. He was saying that the city has embraced them and they have embraced the city. Like they've become, that was in that article too, like the BattleHawks have become part of the sports culture here in St. Louis.
For sure.
Like it just feels like, we got the Blues, we got the Cardinals, and we got the BattleHawks. It just feels very St. Louis.
It was a joke at first, I feel like, a year ago or last year. But the closer it got, you could tell like, and they may have waited till at least the first couple games, the away games, then more interest. And then once that first home game, it's like, okay,
yeah,
I want to be a part of this, even if I made fun of it at first.
Yeah, no, it's here to stay. Nothing interesting happened during the game for the Seattle Dragons. Like one of their better players is Austin Prohl, I don't think we talked about him before, but he's Ricky Proehl's son.
I think we talked about it last episode.
Yeah, but Ricky Proehl, we say he probably would be there. He was there.
Oh, yeah.
And they actually interviewed him in the stadium.
Nice.
And so he kind of, he was very supportive of St. Louis. He kind of said, like, oh, what's it like being back? And he says, it feels like home.
Oh.
Yeah, so like, it made me feel
How long did he
inside.
Play on the St. Louis Rams after the 99 season?
I don't think very long. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I'd have to look that up. Yeah. I don't feel like he was with us very long. Was like, he even right after? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know.
Like he was just there for the 99, I thought. I don't know. I had to look it up. Someone will correct us.
I just remember like
please tweet at us.
The catch.
Yeah.
The catch that got us into this is against Tampa Bay, right?
Yep.
That got us into the Super Bowl.
I remember where I was when that catch happened.
Me too. I was at my friend's house.
Yeah.
His friends and his mom, and it was like, because you feel like we were gonna lose. Remember?
Yeah.
I can't remember the score. I can't remember all
it was
the
like
specifics.
6-5. It was like a weird score.
It was a weird score because they had a really good defense. Tampa Bay did.
Yeah.
That was John Gruden's team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And all of a sudden that catch is like, holy crap, we won.
Yeah, because we weren't used to that because that offense was unstoppable, and then all of a sudden we went up against Tampa Bay. So it was cool to have Ricky Proehl back in the house. This game, actually, I went to the game with my 88-year-old grandfather.
Nice.
Yeah, so he on the way to the game, he was kind of he told me, he was like, I never thought I'd never go to another professional football game here in St. Louis. He thought it was like that was it when the Rams left, never gonna do this again. So he was real excited. It seemed like he had a really good time at the game. That
nice.
He got to do that again.
Nice.
So I was happy to share that with my grandfather. He was telling me a story that back when he used to go to games back in the 60s, he's always been a big football fan. I guess after one of the field goals, he said, like, yeah, you know that net behind the uprights? Like, they didn't used to have that net.
Yeah.
It would just go straight into the crowd. He said it would get violent. People would go after that ball, and people would...
For like, Big Red? For professional? Or for...
Yeah, professional. Yeah, people would go nuts for that ball that they just kicked through the uprights. Mm-hmm. Like, it was just a different era back then.
Oh, yeah.
The way I don't know.
I think my dad told me stories that, like, they used to sneak in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it was Big Red. I don't think it was the baseball Cardinals. I think it was Big Red. Like, yeah, we used to sneak in.
It's just a different era of
oh,
sports.
Yeah, totally.
That's really cool. All right, well, let's get into the game itself.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like, I guess I was there live. You saw it on TV. So
I still feel like I absorb the game a lot more when I watch it on TV. I feel like that's natural. You got the announcers, and you see all the camera angles, and at least where I sat. I mean, I sat next to you last time, close to you, and like if a play happened like way down the field on the other side, didn't really see much. And then the replays. Not the replay system, but there's the TVs there. The screens there are just so tiny.
Yeah, they are small.
I don't remember them being so small at the Rams game, but like you look at it, it's like, good God, I can't see anything.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I feel like I absorbed a lot. So let's talk about it.
Okay. Well, I guess the first big play was that first drive that they went down and scored the touchdown. DeMornay Pearson-L had that touchdown like right down the middle. He almost walked in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's XFL in general or BattleHawks or... I feel like a lot of that, especially the touchdowns, it's like they're like 10, 20 yards away, and you feel like it's going to get tackled. Like, nope, they're just going on in. They're just go right on in.
Yeah, I think just the talent in the secondary just isn't NFL
I'm
level.
okay with that.
Yeah. Makes it a little
as long
more
as we're on
exciting.
the other end.
Yeah. But that is one of the differences between the next tier up in the NFL.
I mean, just like the punt return touchdown last week.
Uh-huh.
Like you thought he was going to be down to 10 yards, and nope, he's just still
keeps
going.
going.
Just takes to the house.
Yeah. No, the defensive talent isn't quite at the same level. But yeah, that was good to see that. And they jumped up in the crowd, and that one guy with the Rams jersey on was right there.
Get out of here, guy. Don't wear a Rams jersey to a BattleHawks game.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It's all good. I guess it was the old school colors.
That's true.
But that's what LA does now, so I don't know. Either way, get some BattleHawks gear.
Yeah.
I mean, they were pretty good about it this week. They had more... the lines weren't nearly as crazy for the merch stuff. Like the beer lines weren't nearly as...
That's where I got my merch.
Yeah.
I did see like on social media, like the carts or whatever they call it. They had the merchandise outside. Like after the game started, like there was nothing left or hardly anything left.
Yeah. So they definitely did better on that. In general, I think everything just seemed to go a little smoother this week. It seemed like they're they're figuring it out there at the Dome. Yeah, and right after that touchdown, we made our 2-point conversion. We were talking about how we're terrible on the extra points.
They're getting it.
Yeah, so that first time, and it's kind of nice going up. You score that first touchdown, and instead of just being up by 6, it just feels like, oh, did we score a touchdown or did we score 2 field goals? It doesn't feel like you're up by a lot with 6. But we scored that 2-point conversion, like being up 8-0, just felt so much better.
Yeah.
So that was a nice. Yeah, Tamu got hit on that play.
Yeah. I saw them like, oh, I'm still like shell shocked from McBradford. So every time you get hit, it's like, God, please be okay. Please be okay.
Yeah. So it was good that Marcus Lucas got that reception. So that was nice to get those 2 points. I guess later on, the other touchdown we scored from Keith Ford on that option play. How was that on TV? That one, the first touchdown was on the other end of the field, so we didn't really get to see it that way. I could tell it was a touchdown, but we couldn't really see it. But the Keith Ford one was closer to our side.
So he was fumbling? Not fumble, but that when he was juggling it? That was him, right? Yeah.
When he was juggling it. Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome. I cheered. That was...
It made me a little nervous there. He's like, oh, we're going to lose the ball. And
that's kind of what
I was like, oh, wait, never mind, touchdown.
Well, I think, at least the angle I saw, like if he would have dropped it, it wouldn't have been a completion.
Yeah.
I don't think he went pretty far, though.
It was backwards, though.
Oh.
Because it was an option. He tossed it backwards.
Yeah. That could have been bad.
Yeah. But instead, it was
That's
a touchdown.
Still a rule in this, right? In the XFL? If you throw a backwards pass and you drop it,
that's a fumble. Ball. Yeah. Okay. That's a live ball. So, and then after that play, we went for another 2-point conversion.
This guy.
And they did the end around.
This guy.
Yeah, it was Pearson L again. And he could have just walked it in.
Come on. He wanted to be the hero. I mean, but running it in, you're a hero too. Everyone wants to be the quarterback.
Yeah. Oh, man. The whole place just went nuts. Like, they couldn't believe it. It was just run it. Jonathan Hayes out. I guess I saw it later on the replay. I guess you probably saw it on TV. Yeah. How he went down to his knees and he was. Oh my goodness!
They even had him mic'd up, and I can't remember. I should have pulled it up. But he looked at put his hands on his shoulder. He goes, "That was a great play, but next time just run the ball in.
Yeah,
don't try to be a star, something like that." I know it was encouraging. It wasn't like downplaying what he did, but yeah.
I guess he wanted to get his passing stats or whatever. He just wanted to look good on the stat sheet to have completions.
Right.
But, it ended up working against him because now he's going to look bad on his passing.
I don't know if it was. Sheet. I don't know if it was half, like not the best throw or half that. Who was the guy that dropped it? He might not even just.
It was Marcus Lucas. He was throwing it.
He just wasn't expecting it. I don't know what.
It was. I think it wasn't that great of a throw. Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, he would have to make a really good catch to make that. I mean, I guess he could have maybe made the catch, but I think it was more on the bad throw. But yeah, he was wide open. Oh well, it's 2 points.
Still won.
Yeah, still won in the end.
But if the Dragons would have came back, because they only won by 7, so if they would have came back and scored 2 points, that would have been the game.
Yeah, those are only 2 touchdowns, and the rest were all field goals. We scored 3 field goals. Which shout out to Russolino.
Is he German?
That's my Italian accent. It's terrible. It is. But I guess that's Italian, Russolino.
I don't know.
That's my guess.
No idea.
But anyway, he was 3 for 3 yesterday.
He's money.
I don't think he's missed a single field goal.
He's money.
I'll knock on wood right now, but
he's got the distance. Not this game, but he's got the distance and he's got the accuracy.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's on an NFL roster next year.
Oh yeah,
yeah. No, he is Ben Money. So shout out to him. Yeah, because if he doesn't make those 3 field goals, like that's the difference in the game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those things that kind of flies under the radar, but it's really important. And they just been money. They've been clutch for us. I guess in the second half, the Dragons went with their they took out Brandon Silvers, their quarterback, and put in B.J. Daniels.
He's good.
Yeah, I think it took a while. There was definitely an adjustment that needed to be made because he was marching down the field, and I was getting a little nervous. There was a little more angst in the air. It wasn't like the first week where it was just a blowout and just kind of ride it out. It's like, oh, they're coming back and they're moving the ball pretty effectively, and this guy can run. But I think toward the end of the game, they kind of had him figured out. Like this guy,
it's like anytime in baseball you pull a starting pitcher after the second, like you prepare for that starting pitcher. Yeah. But once you put in something else who's not a reliever and he's a completely different type of player, it just throws out your whole plan to defense. I never played football, but I can just assume that.
That's exactly what happened. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But I think they did figure him out toward the end, and then especially when Will Hill had that. Because he's really good at running, but his passing wasn't all that great.
Yeah.
And then he had the interception, and that kind of sealed the deal of the game right there. I don't know. That was cool for Will Hill to get that. Apparently, he his father had like emergency surgery like earlier in the week or a few days before. And so in the interview, he was saying like, well, didn't you want to go see your father? It's like, my father would kick my, you know what, if I would have not played the game. Like that'd be dishonoring him if I didn't play football, because I guess his dad was very supportive of him playing football. So that was good that he got to do that. And apparently Jonathan Hayes gave him the game ball afterwards for that interception, kind of sealed the deal, and seemed like he's been a leader on that defense.
Yeah.
His name just keeps popping up.
I keep hearing that name over and over.
Yeah. So, no, that's really good for him. It's the end of the game. Did you see the Seltzer celebrations?
I don't know if I saw this one. I saw New York's.
New
York's was like a combination. What was this one?
Like Jonathan Hayes was the one kind of like leading it. He put the goggles on because I guess apparently the first week.
The goggles.
The goggles, and he was just there jumping up and down. Like the whole team was going nuts. I don't know. I guess I've seen the other celebrations of the other teams. I don't think anyone's having as much fun as the BattleHawks.
The BattleHawks started it.
Yeah, they did.
They were the first one.
Yeah, everyone else is just they
following
imitate,
suit.
But never duplicate.
Everyone's a playoff.
Yeah, I know.
A playoff victory, I love series victory. Oh yeah,
I love that about the XFL. Every time you win a game, it's like you just won the pennant or something.
Heck yeah. I can't wait to see the
when they actually win
the
something.
Championship.
Yeah, I mean they get a bonus check, so for those guys, that's good money. Like, hey, I just made $2,000. Let's party.
I hope that goes into other professional leagues because that just makes I don't know.
Why not?
Not the celebrations with the bonus.
Yeah, I think they have something like that in other leagues, but I'm not sure exactly.
No, not per game.
Yeah, but I think every. I think
if you win like a full championship.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. In some contracts, like it's stats. Mm-hmm. Like if you're contingencies or something.
Yeah, but I think everyone's kind of on the same contract here, so it's not as big a thing. Yeah. So let's see what else happened. Oh, Jonathan Hayes. I guess he had I listened to the press conference afterwards, and I guess some of the things he kind of brought up, like he doesn't like all the penalties. We need to work on that. Seemed like he's trying to drive that home that we are sloppy when it comes to penalties.
There's a lot of penalties on the BattleHawks this game.
Yeah, we need to work.
There was 3 personal fouls on one play, I think.
Yeah, who was that on?
I don't know. It was
Kenny Robinson.
It was a scrum. You see all the flags.
Yeah, I think it was actually Kenny Robinson.
I didn't really see what happened. It was him.
Which that's probably not good. He's got to get that under control.
Yeah.
If he's trying to get in the NFL and scouts are looking at that, if a guy's going to be,
they don't care. They doesn't care.
I think they'll care a little bit.
Yeah,
but I'm sure his agent.
Patriots will sign.
I'm sure his agent is calling him up and saying, "Hey, you got to knock that off like that. You probably just dropped a few spots in the draft because of that."
Yeah, Bill Belichick will sign him.
You think so? Take care.
He signed killers.
It's true. He also mentioned that his brother Jay Hayes, who's I guess the defensive coordinator for the BattleHawks, apparently he just became a grandfather the day before.
Oh wow!
So that's cool. He was excited to share that with the media. So we'll pass that along.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he was just kind of going through a lot of the stats, and I was kind of looking at it too, and just pretty much if you just look at stats, I won't go through all of it, but all the major categories, like we just completely dominated. Like the few things we didn't, like they were better in the red zone than us, but as far as net passing yards, third down efficiency, rushing yards, things like that, we just completely dominated. And
kind of like the New York games. Kind of like the New York game. Like it was almost over. Even like the announcers, like you could kind of tell like the game was like over to everybody at like right before the second half or right before the first half ended.
Mm-hmm. Another thing he mentioned was that like winning, he said not every game is going to be like that Guardians game. Like rarely is it just you have enough parity in this league that you're just going to completely blow out. So I think he said it was a good lesson in this game that like winning is a dogfight, he said, in this league. So
they'll know next week.
Yeah.
They play away and they play DC, right?
Yeah, so this should be probably our first real test, an in-conference game against the other, I guess they're the second place team right now.
Yeah.
I'm curious how they're going to do later today.
Yeah, I know.
So
it'd be great if they lost again.
Yeah, but
they can start questioning themselves.
Yeah,
because they were the top spot for the first 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And we're riding high. We're 3-1 right now. We're riding pretty high.
Yep.
So we got to keep that momentum going. They're saying, I guess looking at these stats, and like no one really stands out, I guess it's because there's like so much production from a lot of different guys. It's not just like, oh, it's all one person. Like the only person that really stands out on the stat sheet is Jordan Ta'amu.
Right.
Like his stats just look like great. He's got a 116 passer rating, like 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 264 yards, 74% completion percentage. Like these are like good numbers.
Just watching him at the Dome, and it's weird. It's weird. You haven't experienced this yet, and you probably won't. It's weird to watch on TV the Dome with another team in it. It's weird, like because like it looks like the turf's the same. It's that faded turf.
It's just the lighting in there.
It's
like,
that. It's a completely different team, but you still feel like a connection. But so I'm watching Ta'amu, and I think I posted this on our Facebook page. I'm like, Jordan Ta'amu was the best St. Louis quarterback since Kurt Warner. Yeah, changed my mind. Like, no one did. But seriously, like,
I can't argue with that.
I mean, I have memories, but I remember watching Kurt Warner on TV. They're kind of faded. The only body I can think of is Mark Bulger, but he didn't have the mobility that Ta'amu does.
Yeah.
I don't think, any quarterbacks come to mind?
No. Yeah. And he, like you said, he has that mobility, so he brings that extra element as well. Like he throws, like his passes, like he's anticipating throws. He's making the correct
reads. Kind of
what
sealed the deal for me, just to even post that. Because we knew he had mobility. Because I remember the first game, like, he doesn't have a good throwing arm, so he's going to run it or just hand it off a lot. And then 4 games later, and he's just shucking it, and with accuracy.
Yeah, he's a true dual threat because he can throw and he can run.
And he stands in the pocket. He takes hits. Yeah, and when he runs, he takes hits.
Yeah. He's an athletic guy. Yeah, that was one of the last things Hayes said, that like he's a fan of Ta'amu. He's like he's not just the guy I'm coaching. Like I'm a fan.
Yeah,
I guess his family was in the stadium. I guess he flew in from Hawaii. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I heard that they were. Had them on the broadcast a lot. They kept talking about his family being there.
Yeah.
So we want to get into some social media stuff.
Sure. Beep boop beep boop. I'll go first. I guess since we're doing this a day later and didn't post. I'm trying to think. Not post our reactions. Post the post to get your reactions in. We didn't do that till today. So he's got one. Melvin E. Hampton. Man, this guy, he's our super battle fan.
All right.
So shout out to you, man. He said this team doesn't disappoint in the Dome. Keep them coming. Take that, Kroenke. Were there a lot of Kroenke chants? Kroenke
not as much as the first week. I think
they got it all out of their system for the last. Well, I think for the last 4 years.
It's going to come back the next game though, because the next home game is going to be LA.
Right.
I think that's going to be the Kroenke sucks game
for sure.
So, but no, there definitely were Kroenke sucks cheers. It did happen. On the Twitter, I guess we got some comments from Jeff. He's at Crames41. I guess we were talking about like what's the most important thing, what are the numbers like Vince McMahon's looking at. So he was kind of replying to that comment we made earlier.
Oh, the last podcast?
Yeah, the last podcast. If it's like TV ratings or is it attendance? Is it merch sales? What is it? So he says, I enjoyed the latest podcast. Keep up the good work. I think the most important thing for the league is TV revenue.
Yeah.
They need to get a good TV contract because TV brings in the most money in sports. I think now it's just a break-even contract.
Didn't I say that?
Did you? Yeah.
I thought I did.
But this guy confirmed it.
Oh, good.
Because I don't trust anything you say,
No,
Jerry.
Me too. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, this guy's...
But I trust Jeff, okay?
I just hear that with other sports, that TV's like the most important thing. The money, the revenue. I don't know the ones and zeros, the whole thing, but...
Yeah. When we look at what Tony Romo got, a $17 million contract.
God.
So there must be some money in TV.
I think the joke is like he's still making more money than Dak Prescott.
Yeah, forget this quarterback and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks, Jeff, for the comment.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's do you do your segment where you read random YouTube comments?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
They're not random. I mean, they're for the game. They're not
They're just like posted random videos.
Yeah. They're not posted to our page. I guess they made a flub at the beginning. Flub? People still say that? They call them the St. Louis Dragons.
Oh, did they?
As the
on the
BattleHawks
broadcast?
as the BattleHawks entertained the St. Louis Dragons. A lot of people made comments on that. Moonwolf says that Daniels guy from Seattle looks promising. Cool Magic 99 says St. Louis is crazy, dog. These fans deserve a title. Hell yeah.
Yep.
King Yufa 206. Tamu getting better and better.
I think he's got to be in the conversation for MVP.
Oh, for sure. I mean, he's not going to, unless PJ Walker craps the bed. I mean, I think PJ Walker's going to get it.
I don't know if he continues on his trajectory.
I mean, PJ Walker's the Tom Brady in terms of like who's the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
And Tom was Aaron Rodgers. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is always second to Brady or Breeze or
Yeah, he'll just never get.
But
that
Brady's never.
Yeah, I know there's still a lot of season left.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of season.
We're not even halfway done yet, so a lot can happen. And PJ Walker wasn't having the greatest game just now.
So really?
See. Yeah. I mean, he's doing okay.
I mean, and it might have to do with winning too, because let's say they start losing and they lose like the next 3.
It's true.
And he still throws 3 touchdowns a game.
Yeah.
He might not be considered.
Yeah, but it's just a conversation for now, and I think he's definitely in that conversation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Any more comments?
Oh yeah. I mean, want we go on and on?
Let's do like 1 or 2 more.
All right. Chris Canty, excellent game. Seattle's Daniels breathe new life into the team, but St. Louis and Jordan Tamu are the real deal. There's a lot of just St. Louis Dragons. 3 element to 2010. This game gave me a heart attack. Honestly, thought Seattle was going to make it a comeback. Big play on that interception. Seriously, I had like not anxiety, but we're gonna blow it. We're gonna blow it. There's that same old feeling.
That doubt.
We're gonna blow it.
Yeah,
but they didn't.
Never get your hopes too high in St. Louis. St. Louis fan.
Fun Donut says I like how they say boom after every punt.
Yeah, I like how
that's the St. Louis only thing.
I don't know. I've never seen it anywhere else. I don't know who started it or what, but I
haven't paid attention to
someone
most of the
posted
other
on
games.
Twitter a while back, and it's cool. I think in the stadium, I guess because you're yelling boom, you don't really hear as much, but like on the broadcast, it definitely comes through. And the kickers definitely notice it. They made comments about it.
We'll end with, I don't know, it's too long of a username. STL has the best fans in the XFL.
That's true. I guess I would say it's not even close, but I'll give it. Like Seattle, they have pretty good fans there. I'll have to give it to them.
What about the Houston, though? Houston fans.
Yeah, I guess they're all right.
I mean, what's best to me? Loud or...
They show up.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're just going by the numbers.
I'd be surprised what the attendance is for the Texas game. The 2 Texas teams, Houston and Dallas.
Yeah. I was kind of excited to see that one. It's just, you got that in-state rivalry. It's just, there's something. It's a good storyline there. Mm-hmm. Apparently, they did a thing where their season ticket packages included a game. You had this option where you included a game at the rival stadium. So if you're a Dallas fan, one of your season tickets could be in Houston. I guess it was so close, and so they want to kind of, I don't know, facilitate that rivalry.
It would be kind of cool if Kansas City got an expansion team.
Oh, that'd be a huge rivalry.
Or somewhere in Ohio.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of going to talk about it later, but I don't know about expanding. I think they should stick with 8 teams.
I mean, it wouldn't happen for at least 3 to 4, 5 years.
Every time, because it's hard enough to find good quarterbacks, and if you just need 8 right now. You start doing expansion, you need to find 12 or 16 or whatever you're going to. It's going to be hard to find. Every additional team makes it that much harder. You start diluting the talent pool a little bit.
Having a team, we don't having a team in the city. No, we don't need anymore.
Yeah,
anymore. No, we're good. Yeah. Unless it goes so well in the next couple of years and they make the season longer.
Yeah, that's true. They could make. Well, I don't know. I think 10 games.
I don't think they should.
No,
I mean money's money.
Yeah,
it's like even all the leagues now want to make the NFL wants to make the season longer now.
Yeah,
so I think if XFL is making a ton of money, they'll want to expand it. But we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, let's get through this season. Oh, yeah. Let's get our championship.
But I see a lot of clickbait posts that are who should get a team already.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that want them.
Yeah, they should have gave. Why'd they give LA a team? They should have gave it to San Diego.
Well, TV.
Yeah,
markets. True. That kind of says it all.
Yeah, but they got to be making good money off St. Louis. Like the TV
I'm
ratings are
surprised
great.
Chicago didn't get because that's a huge market.
That's true. But I'm thinking like cities like I was thinking like San Diego, they're going to be craving a team there.
Yeah.
So I think they would have had like it's the same situation as St. Louis.
Yeah.
That they have there.
It's probably the market size.
But I don't know what their situation because the Chargers didn't move that far away from San Diego, so I don't know if there's the same. Like we're all butthurt here. Is it the same way? Because
I wouldn't.
If you're from San Diego, it's like I can just drive up to LA. It's not that big a deal if you're still a huge fan.
But at the same time, the Rams moved across the country. But would it have been worse if the Rams moved to Kansas City, or Chicago, like a rival?
Ooh, yeah. I don't know the dynamics
because I'm sure
Southern
all
California.
Those big cities have not rivalry, but like, oh my God, you're going north. To, join the North. I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine that San Diego people being like happy that LA took their team.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying. I don't know. I'm not San Diegan though.
San Diegon.
San Diegon. I don't know how it goes. I don't know. Maybe if you're from San Diego, let us know.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's not. You don't see a lot of. I mean, you see a lot of butthurt Chargers fans, but not to the extent of St. Louis.
Yeah, we are very butthurt here, but I'm glad the BattleHawks are there. I don't know, putting a Band-Aid over that wound on our bottom. It's been great.
Yeah. Yeah, and it helps that the Seahawks are awesome. Wow, I got to edit that out. I got to edit that out. Jeez. See, I did. St. Louis Dragons, Seahawks.
There you go.
BattleHawks.
Yeah.
I'm fired. Bye.
All right. I think that's a sign.
20 episodes in. I made my first
major flub. All right. Well, let's leave it at that. Okay. I think that means it's time to end the episode.
Yeah.
I guess we'll be back later in the week to talk about the next game. We're taking a trip to DC.
This will be fun.
That'll be a good game for sure.
Darn it. I wish I was going to DC this weekend.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we can take a last minute road trip.
I mean, I won't see you, but
okay, that won't happen. DC
and New York, they're not super far away, but they're a little too far.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll be back. Is it Saturday or Sunday game?
I want to say Sunday. I don't know.
I'll be back by. I think my plane's coming in at 2.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, but yeah, we'll be back later in the week. We'll break down that game and get into that and everything that's going on in the world of BattleHawks. But until then, let's go BattleHawks. 64, 64, 64, 64.